Shout out to my city, baby. Shout out to my city girl. Shout out to my city, baby. Shout out to my city girl. Welcome. Oh, I always go into singing. I'm supposed to be saying the intro, but I sing the intro. All right. Welcome to another episode of Shout Out to My City, SOTMC. I'm the Sadius Dadius, your boy Face, here with my lovely wife for another episode. And today we are headed to
Grand Junction, Colorado.
Grand Junction, Colorado. I guess what we could call now our home state, because we currently reside in Colorado. So, actually, before we get to the video, let me just tell y'all about the dedication. It's about 10 degrees outside. We got about a foot of snow on the ground. We're recording in a shed / storage thing that the insulation in here. So you can see, look at the fucking walls. Just look at the walls. There is not near better insulation in here. My wife has on, 30 layers of clothes. I got on them.
14 degrees and it feels like 3.
Dedication. Let's go.
So come on, let's
Grand Junction, Colorado.
Before I go back in the house on your way.
My wife gonna shoot this shit. My wife gonna give us the facts, and we're gonna shoot the shit off of that. Let's go.
All right, Grand Junction, Colorado. All right, Grand Junction is Mesa County area, and it was home to 2 distinct bands of, I guess you pronounce it Utes, U-T-E-S, Utes.
You said bands?
2 bands of Utes.
2 bands of Utes?
Yeah. Like two different types of Indians, I guess.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
One of them is I don't even know how to pronounce some of these words,
Just try your
but we're going to try it out.
Try your best.
Paranuche, or the Elk people. And the other one was Tabaguche, or the people of the Sun Mountain.
Paranuche, Tabaguche, Tamagotchi. Sound like a watch or some type of nice ass bag. Some a pleather bag or something like that.
So the Elk people, they spent their summers hunting game in the high country, including Grand Mesa, and wintered in the Grand Valley, which is all part of the Grand Junction area. Mm-hmm. And then the people of Sun Mountain, they roamed the Plateau and wintered along the Gunson River between present-day Grand Junction and Montrose.
Well, they hunted in the summer, baby. Game. I guess he was up there getting that deer or elk meat, ram meat. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they hunted, elk and deer.
Elk and deer. Yeah. See, it wasn't much to do back then. You know what I'm saying? You was fucking or you was hunting.
Oh my gosh.
Or you was picking berries. I wouldn't mind living back then. Sound like a good life.
Life was simple.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get you a little cloth to cover your wood, you know what I'm saying? But the butt cheeks out for real. Butt cheeks out. Just cover the wood.
All right, so the name Grand Junction stems from the location. It's junction of the Gunson and Colorado rivers. So that's where the name come from.
Okay.
A lot of stuff we did was named after the water it was named. The first known civilization in the Grand Junction was in 200 AD and known as the Fremont. The city Grand Junction has the name because of, well, we already said that, because of the rivers that it goes between. The valley of the Grand Junction was originally inhabited by the Ute Indians, of course, and they thrived by hunting and farming, as we said. Okay. And the initial contact with the Europeans was through the fur trade.
Oh, so they used to fuck with the Europeans?
Yeah, at one point.
So, wow, okay, there we go. At one point in time, the Indians fucked with the Europeans. They was trading with them. You know what I'm saying? Shit was good for real. This must be pre pilgrimage and shit like that. Pre-Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? Because
yes, pre-Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you don't hear too much in history where, you know what I'm saying, where Europeans and Indians was kind of like getting along for even a small amount of time. So, shout out to that little piece of history right there. Shout out to that piece. But I know it's some fuck shit coming along the way. When there's anything with white people and Europeans, I said white people and Europeans. There's anything with Europeans and Indians, it never ends well, man. Let's go.
Okay, so
let's go.
Did you know American trapper is a real term?
American Traveler?
American Trapper.
American Trapper?
Like, I'm a trapper.
Yeah. Oh, rapper? Hey, hold up now.
Because you can't say no
I don't know the words to that.
But you know who I'm talking about. Okay, but yeah, that's a real term.
American Trapper is a real term. Where does it come from?
A trapper is the first white Americans to live in what is now called Colorado.
Oh man, I hope don't know white people. I hope don't know white people see this video, because they gonna see this video and be like, yeah, we were the first trappers. Woo! What? Give it a Skip Bayless though. Woo!
So American trappers and traders began appearing in the Mesa County area after 1821, when Mexico won its independence from Spain and opened trade with the United States.
Hold up, when Mexico
won its independence from Spain and opened trade with the United States.
Oh shit! Damn, I never knew that. Mexico won its independence from Spain. That probably was. Well, I don't know. What type of fight do you think that was? It's fighting each other, Holmes.
Don't do that.
Okay. All right.
So, in 1828, the Mexican government granted trapper, and I guess it's Antoine Robideau, a license to establish forts on the Gunson River near the present-day Mesa Delta County line. The fort became the hub of a booming regional for fur trade, serving as a base for as many as 20 trappers. Kit Carson, who was a frontiersman. You know what a frontiersman is?
No, I'm still stuck on this trapper thing. Frontier's like an explorer.
Basically, so a frontiersman is the person who often cleared the land, built shelters, raised children, and grew crops. But they was, they mainly cleared the land, make sure everything cool. Okay. So apparently Kit Carson at this time was, I guess, somewhat of a known frontiersman. Yeah. So he and among some other ones, they feature and open only 2 general stores. One of the only 2 stores west of the Continental Divide, and the fort never managed to offer full protection from the Indians in the area. And the fur trade had already declined significantly when the Utes, because they burned the post down in 1844. So they was like, basically, you didn't ask for permission. Yeah. You ain't get cleared. Like,
hey, I don't care if you're a trapper or not. Yo, you can't set shop up in somebody else's territory, somebody's city, somebody's block. You can't set territory up without checking in. And especially if you're not looking out for the community. What's wrong with you niggas? They was trappers though, you know what I'm saying? Trappers gonna do what trappers gonna do.
Oh my God.
So you know what I'm saying? Birdman hands up this bitch. Yeah. Shout out to the Indians. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, shout out to the Indians, I guess. They stood up, they fought. Yeah, how would you feel? They was the one
who were first, established like we gonna trade with y'all, and then they took it as like, all right, well we gonna open a store, we gonna have everybody go through us, and they like, man.
Yeah, they try to cut out the middleman and shit. And then they was probably getting the furs from their territory. Like, they was probably hunting the animals.
Well, they was trading with the Indians originally because they was the ones hunting in the area. So they was the ones they was getting the fur from.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, now I got back. So niggas just started bringing their own furs and doing it like that.
I mean, they was probably still getting the fur from the Indians, just hiking the price when other people came through. But the Indians was still like, you didn't ask permission to set up shop right here. Like, this.
Man, look, man.
This us right here.
Go to the community leader, go to the community, the head trap boy for real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all work something out. Don't just set up shop on somebody else's block, man. You set yourself up for failure. Straight up, man. Niggas do not like that.
So it don't stop here because the youth is serious about this.
The youth? Okay, okay. What's going on?
So in 1853, Captain John W. Gunson led the first American expedition party through present-day Mesa County. Gunson's expedition sought to establish a crucial commercial route to California, and it was for a transcontinental railroad. You know what transcontinental is, right?
Railroad.
Transcontinental is the ones crossing the continent.
Right. Okay.
So he wanted it for this transcontinental railroad that would link California and the West with the rest of the United States. Mm-hmm. He failed at making the deal, basically. And the party made it to eastern Utah before it was ambushed by the, I guess, Paiute Indians who killed Gunson and all but 4 members of his expedition. I guess they left them to go tell the story.
They was out there. And then picked them up. Now you go tell the rest of your white people to stay away from our land.
Don't do that.
Okay. I mean, you can see that in a movie. I can't do it though, but they can do it in a movie. Hold up. You know, speaking of which, I don't think I've ever seen a badass Indian. Like, I think they tried to do one in a movie with Johnny Depp where he was like a fake Indian.
You never seen Indian in the cupboard?
Indian in the cupboard?
That was a dope Indian.
I saying Toy Soldiers. You remember? Was that Toy Soldiers? Was that an Indian thing that he was fighting? Toy Soldiers?
I don't know.
You know, remember when the toys came to life and they had the one? He was ugly. He was like a brown thing for real, but he looked like an Indian. I mean, he was dressed. He didn't look like one. He was dressed like one.
I want to see real Indians and like their tribal stuff. You know what I mean? And when you see pictures, I mean, it look cool. I want to see it in person. They be elaborate with it, you know.
I seen some on Capitol Hill one time. They was talking to some white people, and these white boys was laughing at them. It was sad but funny at the same time.
Anyway.
All right, next.
All right, so fast forward a little bit. So some events brought far more than explorers into Ute country. The Colorado Gold Rush of 1958 through 1959 brought thousands of white American miners.
That's right, because it's mad gold down here, y'all.
Yeah.
If I ain't know, like...
There's a lot of places where they did gold mining and...
Yeah, when we moved down here, driving through Colorado and the different, cities and towns and stuff, there's mad places you can go to shift gold and stuff like that. I mean, we don't want to do it because we ain't getting enough. We should go out there shifting. I don't think you're going to get enough to actually make a difference. But I'm pretty sure back then in what? This was
1858 through 59.
1858? I'm pretty sure, man, they was fucking racking up, bruh.
So,
Gold rush.
They brought thousands of white American miners, farmers, ranchers, and businessmen into Colorado Rockies. The gold rush led to the organization of the Colorado Territory in 1861. A treaty with the Utes in 1863 gave the United States the Front Range and Middle Park in exchange for annual payments and the retention of Ute sovereignty over the western third of the territory. So they, basically broke a deal with the Indians.
But they don't learn, though. But they don't learn. I mean, I guess at least they didn't come in with brute force, just guns ablazing and just, hey,
they came up with a treaty. We'll pay y'all if y'all let us do. Is my hand in the camera? We'll pay y'all if you let us do this, this, and this.
All right, that's cool. But
so here we go.
You know the fuckery coming.
Here we go. You ready?
Hold up. Tell me, baby, smell that in the air? You smell that? What does it smell like? It smell like fuckery. I can smell it coming. And hold up, let me drop a bar. Jeremiah I lost a fight to a little person cosplaying as a minion. I don't know. Okay, just go.
You ready to continue? Yeah. You got yourself together?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So they came up with, they came up with the deal. We'll pay you in exchange for letting us be here. So then we got these white ranchers and prospects kept pushing west. So out of the territory that the Utes said it's okay for you to be in, they kept going even further and kept trying. Right. So they kept going west.
It's never enough.
And another treaty in 1868 sent the Utes to a reservation on Colorado's western slope.
So they moved them out basically
the way.
All right.
So in 1879, Utes near the White River Indian Agency in President de Rio Blanco County revolted against Indian agent Nathan Meeker, killing Meeker and 10 others. So yeah, the event provided the final where am I at? Oh. Sorry. Okay. So basically that was like the final draw. And they drove the Utes off the western slope entirely by 1882. Most Utes in the area, present-day Mesa County, including the Paranuchi and the Orays, were forced to live on reservations in Utah and southwest Colorado.
They came and took over. See, it started out good.
And then there's centuries-long reign over the Colorado Rockies. They pushed
I ain't got nothing to say.
It was kind of like a little mini war going on.
I ain't got nothing to say. They knew what was going to happen. They knew that shit was going to happen. It's like the old saying with the scorpion asked the frog to take him across the river, and the frog like, "No, you gonna sting me, bro." Like, "No, I promise I won't. I promise." And the frog taking the scorpion across the river, and it sting him halfway, and they both drown. He said, "What you expect, motherfucker? I'm a scorpion."
It's crazy.
So fuck that part of history, man. Fuck that part of history.
And it's just crazy. It say that they had centuries long reign, which means they was living good. Like all these little, many divisions of Indian people living sharing this land, and not to say it like that, but then here come white people. That's like most of the history of the United States, basically.
It is. So I think we're gonna have to. We just gonna have to get used to it. You know what? To tell you the truth, though, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. You know what I'm saying? It's some, you know what I'm saying? It's some shit. Nobody wants to see the cow killed. They just want their steak on the plate, baby.
But they had to do it like that.
And whatever way would it?
It's humane ways to kill a cow these days. You ain't got to be.
What you want? Oh, you want to wine and dine it? You want?
No.
They set
I'm
them up.
saying, like, it's alright. It might be 1,000 ways to kill a cow, but the most humane way would be just to chop the head off.
Right. Just
what? They
hold up.
They like, all right, we gonna make this deal as if y'all didn't know that y'all was just gonna move in and just take it anyway.
But that's being nice. But that's being nice. They could have just went in there. You absolutely right. I believe that they could have just went in there. But
to go in there and make a deal as if you really gonna care if your people keep going past these lines and pushing these borders, y'all didn't care.
This goes back to the point that I was making in one of the other videos we did, man. It's kids watching. If the kids see that shit, they gonna rebel against their parents so fucking hard. So you gotta do things in the dark. You gotta slow roll motherfuckers and then ease them on out. You gotta do like backdoor strategy. You know what I'm saying? It's the kids, man. They did that for the kids.
I guess. All right, now we got them pushing all the Ute Indians out. So the Utes were still leaving when the first permanent homesteaders, ranchers, and town builders arrived the very day the Utes were being forced out by Army troopers.
Hey, I'm sorry to laugh at that, yo. But
so it's basically like, y'all keep going.
Keep niggas ain't shit, boy. I'd be sick. If I was in India and I'm looking at that, I'd be sick, boy. Like, boy, you niggas ain't shit.
Terrible.
Damn.
So we got this guy named Russell J. Clayton Nicholas.
That's like not my guy.
Russell J. Clayton Nicholas and William McGinley followed the Gunson River to its confluence with the Colorado in September 1881, taking care to avoid the remaining Utes and staking claims. The Mesa County area was then part of the Gunson County. So basically, these two people trying to sneak past the Indians that still been forced out, like, because we about to really claim all this shit right here.
I got a joke. You know, if you go to the ocean and you pick up a seashell and pitch your ear to it, you can hear Jeremiah's eye.
Don't get over there. It is so messed up because
you know.
I know who you're talking about, but like for the people that's watching, they probably like, what
the fuck was that?
Okay, so all right. Okay, so George A. Crawford, a former town builder and governor-elect of Kansas, planned to exploit the situation created with the evacuation of the Indians. He set out for the camp established by Russell, and on September 26, 1881, he chose a town site, and it was Grand Junction.
Oh. But Grand Junction, basically, that's how it kept his name. It already had his name.
Well, it was known to be like Mesa County. Or Mesa, okay. What was I saying the whole time? Gee.
Yeah, Mesa or Mesa, something like that.
Yeah, like Mesa County.
Well, okay.
So, like, and Grand Junction had like a couple of names. So it was also known as Grand River. And it was a couple other names I got somewhere down the road in here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Keep going, Big.
Maybe was I?
But another thing I noticed throughout what my wife was reading is river, railroad. They didn't get to they had stagecoach. They had the stage stores. You know what I'm saying? Selling furs, river, basically stagecoach or store, general store, whatever, selling furs and meats and stuff. Railroad. The only thing I didn't hear is hydroelectric dam and shells. But let's go.
All right, so I just said it had a couple other names, and here we go. The very next thing. So it was first called Ute.
For the people of the land.
And then it was called West Denver, and then finally came to be Grand Junction. First Grand River, and then Grand Junction.
Okay.
Yeah. So the town's economy received a boost from the construction of the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad, completed in 1882. Around the year 1900, Grand Junction was promoted to the status of city. So they were from county to city.
From county to city, because it's probably getting more populated, more people that go.
Especially with their train.
That train, that gold rush, man.
So in the year 1918, the Highland Project was completed, one of the largest irrigation projects in the nation.
The irrigation?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that?
Irrigation, like planting and farming and...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They was out there planting poppies?
No.
Marijuana?
No. The irrigation helped Grand Junction to become a producer of top quality fruits and particularly peaches.
Oh, okay. A Grand Junction peach? Hey, has anybody had a peach from Grand Junction? Is it better than, I don't know. Is it a good ass peach? Let us know in the comments below. They got some good peaches in Grand Junction, nigga. I want to know, because I'm not too far. I go down there and get a peach. Eat it up.
Uranium mines and milling in the 1950s also was a major boost to the city's economy. In the 1960s, construction of the interstate highway connected the city to the nation's freeway system, giving another boost to the local economy. The rising economy of the city, but lack of proper planning led to congested traffic and streets.
So basically development is starting to get big. It's starting to get, why you looking like that? your tongue falling from your tripping over your teeth and shit. All right. I didn't even hear what you said that last one, but.
So the boost of economy and the railroads and the highways now, but they had a lack of planning, so it led to a lot of congested streets and a lot of traffic.
Yeah, like on if you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon or Zoo Tycoon, any of those type of tycoons, if your shit ain't right and you open that puck, man, them people be all over the place. They get eaten by lions. They falling off roller coasters. They throwing trash all over the fucking place. You know what? Just sometimes you just gotta scrap it all and just start over. You know what I'm saying? Just throw the whole park away. Let the lions out first. Eat some assholes.
Really?
Yeah.
Grand Junction also has a storied past with gunfighters, miners, and early settlers of the American Southwest. Buffalo Bill and Annie Oakley were famous across the United States. Their Wild West shows and sharp shooting displays entertained thousands of people. When their traveling show visited Grand Junction in September of 1908, over 10,000 people were in attendance.
Wow, yeah, I believe it. Have you ever seen like any sharpshooting competitions ever before?
Nope.
It's just low-key impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Like when they throw the disc up and they be shooting the disc or they shooting bottles and shit. You never seen anything like that? I would love to go to one.
I mean, I've seen it on TV, but never like speaking of which, I seen recently somewhere in Colorado, I can't remember exactly where, but somewhere in Colorado there's like a old western town for sale.
Oh wow. For sale? A town for sale.
Like somebody bought it and fixed it up and
MCs, y'all hear that? Come on, let's put our money together and let's go buy a western town in Colorado. And we'll name it Triple Springs. That's like, no, let's stop the cheese.
Yeah, wait and see what it's near.
Somebody bring me some meat for all this cheese coming through your screen right now, please. Serve it up. Go ahead.
All right, so about Grand
Junction, if it's near a river, we good.
I don't know where it's at. I can't remember exactly where. I just remember it was somewhere in Colorado.
Okay.
While Grand Junction might not have received much attention during the gold rush, the area certainly became a boomtown in the 40s when miners were looking to strike it rich with uranium. And for a while, you could go to any restaurant in the city and buy TNT with your meal. Because they was mining for uranium.
That's some Looney Tune ass shit. You can buy TNT with your meals.
Ain't gonna hit the mines again. No extra stops. I just,
Yeah, can I get the bacon, egg, and cheese with 2 sticks of dynamite on the side? The fuck?
Stop shop, baby.
Yeah, all right. I go in there, buy some tail, blow a motherfucker right up in the parking lot. That motherfucker parked in a handicap space. I needed that. Go ahead.
Okay, so there has been said that there is a curse of the Grand Valley. It has been a tale told for years around the area. Legend has it the Ute tribe cursed the land after European settlers kicked the natives off the land. Some stories mention the Utes believing the valley was already cursed and filled with ghosts. The way to ward it off is to collect dirt from the valley locations, so once you leave, you don't come back. If the dirt is not collected, people will be cursed to come back.
Wow.
Yeah. Won't be.
What do you think? You think that's a curse like the Utes been on, or something that white people made up to get away with murder?
Well, they say that some stories mention that the Utes believe that the valley was already cursed.
Right.
But some think it's because of how they was put off.
I would like to hear some type of stories from that, like if they had.
So there was, when I was doing research on it, and I didn't put it in here because I didn't want to have to go back and name the site But there were people who have either grew up in Grand Junction, who have like left to go to different states to go to college or whatever, and for some reason or another, like something would happen to somebody in the family or whatever, and they would end up coming back and never leaving. It was also a couple people who I seen who vacationed, and basically they vacationed here and met somebody while they was here and went back home and decided to move back. But either way,
that's
they
crazy.
Came back,
That's dope. Hey, if you catching this video and you know somebody you live or ever wanted to come, do you have a story or know anybody that has got the Ute curse?
Yeah, the
Grand Junction curse, but
Grand Valley curse.
The Grand Valley curse, where you're not from here, but you moved here, and then you ended up staying here, or you left here, and then ended up somehow came back here, man. Or do you know about this Grand Valley curse, man? We would like to know. That'd be dope.
So, fun fact about Grand Junction, they have the Grand Junction Motor Speedway, where the go-karts there go over 80 miles an hour. Okay,
that's dope. I never been a go-kart that go over. We've been in a little bullshit go-kart.
Not nothing that go over 80 miles an hour. That sounds like something like if you running or something, you might die.
All right, but that's just sound fun. I'm with it.
I mean, they do, so somebody hurt.
Man, I only got one.
That's like how you in a regular go-karts and you might miss a corner and you run into a tire or the side. Running into that shit at 80 miles per hour.
I'm pretty sure you suited up and stuff. Just put your helmet on. You'll be all right. All
right, so how safe do you think Grand Junction is?
How safe?
Yeah.
What, AB ranking or?
Percentile.
How you rank, how percentage of safeness? Like, I don't get that.
Like, we done some places that was like, like in the 10th percentile or?
Of safe places to live?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say middle of the pack again. I'm gonna say like 40 percentile, 10.
So Grand Junction is in the 20th percentile for safety. Meaning 80% of cities are safer and 20% of cities are more dangerous.
Yo, Grant, what is up with these fucking
They in the wild
places, bro? It might be the hood now. It might be the hood now.
I don't know.
It might be the hood. Some places start out and then over time it turned to it might be the hood. But damn, Grand Junction. Hey, man. They're not playing down in Grand Junction.
Grand Junction housing expenses are 7% lower than the national average, and the utility prices are 13% lower than the national average.
Yo, what we doing here?
Transportation expenses like bus fares and gas prices are 5% lower than the national average.
Yeah, because niggas be out there, blah, 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 blah. A lot of B&Es and
so let's
and
lower the price and everything because everybody getting robbed.
I seen that on TikTok. White lady where she was like, how I keep the rent low or something, and then she was shooting out the windows. It was fake. It was tough, but it was funny.
Keep the property value low.
That's it.
Stuff going on. Yeah, when it's a lot going on in your neighborhood, the property value drop. Nobody want to move into ratchet.
That's probably what it is, and that's probably what it is, and that's what we need to do.
The quieter the neighborhood, the higher the property value.
Yeah, I'm cheap though. We can live it. We from Baltimore. Is it recording?
The red light on.
It is. Damn, that shit just cut off like a motherfucker. But hey.
Whoa! Whoa, Jack! That's right. Damn, my heater.
I told you.
I wonder if it's just that. Like, would I still be able to use it in the house?
We almost died just now.
Would I still be able to use it in the house?
Sit down. We got in this video. We got the Grand Junction curve. I'm in the Grand Valley curve.
We didn't even go there.
We talked about it.
I'm done.
All right, hold on. We gotta end this
I'm
video.
going in the house.
We gotta end this video, bro.
Ended and
right,
scene. Cut. We're done.
Thank you for being here with us. This for you, Shawnee. Subscribe. How she do it? Subscribe. Subscribe. I don't know. Fuck it. But this been another video, another episode of SOTMC. Thanks for being here, and we will catch you next time. Can you hit the button, please? Why you always? You know that's your job.